Alright guys, welcome back to Daring Motors. Today we're going to be working on this 2012 Nissan Altima, and we're going to be replacing some shocks on this thing. But before we replace those, we need to see why they're going bad, so we're going to get this car lifted up and check it out and see what's going on. And also, if you enjoy this video, please hit that like button down below, and please consider subscribing as well. So let's get this car lifted up real quick and get started. Alright, so let's get this lifted up. Alright, so we got the car up. Now let's get the wheel off. Alright, I got the wheel off. Now let's see if we can get the shock off. Okay, I guess that doesn't work. We'll have to take that off ourselves. So, let's take a look and see what we have going on with the shock. Alright, let's take a look at this shock and see what's going wrong with it. So, initially, you can see there's a bunch of oil down here. And if we inspect up, we can see in here we have more oil leaking as well. So with all that oil leaking out, that means our shock has gone bad, and it's not really doing anything for us anymore. So we need to take this off. Before we get started on that, we have to remove a couple extra things. Okay, so the things we need to remove, this sway bar right here. So it's this nut. We have to remove this brake line from this bracket, our ABS line from here, and the other side, and that should be everything that we have to remove before we take off the shock. So let's get those taken off, and then we'll get to the next part. Alright, so the easiest way to get this off is to use a flathead screwdriver. Just kind of get at it and pry it out, or you can use a little mini pry bar as well. Alright, that went flying. We got that off. Now we can remove the brake line from that bracket. Next, you have these ABS lines, and all you have to do to remove those is you just pull on them to pop them out. Or once again, you can use a flathead screwdriver. Pop it out. Same thing on the other side. Pop it out. So now that's out of our way. The last thing we need to remove is this nut right here. Alright, so the easiest way to get this nut off without having it spin would be with an impact. But you can just get a breaker bar or a ratchet in there and break it loose as well. And just spin it off. This one's actually coming off really easily. But I'm just going to finish it off with my impact. Now this will just pop on out. If you're having a hard time getting that out, you need to make sure that both tires are up in the air at the same time, because the way this works is it gets tension, so you have to have both wheels in the air to get that out easily. Alright, now once all that stuff's removed, now we can start actually taking the shock off itself. So what we have here is we have one bolt here, a bolt and a nut, and one bolt and a nut down here. And these are both 21mm. So what you can do, get your 21mm socket, get it on there, and break it loose. And see how this side starts spinning now? Now what I can do is I can grab my 21mm wrench, get it on there, and keep going until it's off. Same thing on the bottom one. I'm just going to start breaking these loose. And break it loose. Alright, now once you get them off to a certain point, you should be able to get it the rest of the way off by hand. Pull off the nut. Same thing on the bottom. Pull off the nut. And now you can just pull these bolts out And if you need to, you can use a hammer and kind of tap them out. Because once you get these out, this is going to drop down a little bit, and you should be fine with your axle and everything. Nothing should come out. So let's get this other side out. Alright, get this other side out. Alright, got the bolt out. Now we're just going to kind of pull back on this, and it's separated. And there we go. Now, this is still attached up top. So now if we come up top, we have these 3 bolts we need to remove here. 1, 2, and 3. So let's get to that now. Alright, so these bolts are all 13 millimeters. So I'm just going to take my ratchet with 13 millimeter socket on it and break them loose. Now you don't want to just zip all these out real fast, because if you do that, your shock will drop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 out and leave 1 in still, so that way I can loosen it at the same time as holding. Alright, and it's out. Got the old one out. There's nothing in here. Now we need to put the new one back in. Alright, well, before you put any parts in, it's always good to compare them. So we're going to match up. We have the same bracket here, same 2 bolt holes, same brackets on these sides, and the same sway bar spot right here. And then we're going to make sure it has the same mounting holes as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And one thing you want to make a note of is this car can be adjusted, so you can see these holes are not perfect. So what you want to do is when you put this back together, mark up the bolts, make a perfect mark right there. So get the bolts right back onto those marks again when you put this back in. So now let's get this reinstalled. Alright, so everything up top is tightened up, and as you can see, they're all back into their same spots that they were before. So now we need to go down bottom and get all that reinstalled. Alright, so now we need to get this knuckle back up in alignment with this. So we're just going to take it, line it up, throw our bolt through. Same thing on the bottom. Line it up. Get the bolt through. Now we're going to get the nut on, just a little bit at the time. And then what you're going to want to do is put some blue thread locker on there, and I'm going to go grab it. Alright, so I got my thread locker here. What this does is it just doesn't allow vibration to loosen up these bolts, these nuts I should say. So put a little drop on the threads, on the top and the bottom. Now we're just going to tighten these down. .21mm hold here, 21mm on the other side. tighten away. Alright, now once you have these snugged up, you're going to want to grab your torque wrench and tighten it down to 103 foot-pounds. There's the top. Let's do the same thing on the bottom. There's the bottom. And now that that's all torqued up, we just need to get our sway bar link reattached. Get the nut put on there. And tighten that one down to 35 foot-pounds. These our brake line back in place. There we go. Tap that in. Now I just need to reattach our ABS line. And if you did what I just did and forgot to wrap it around this, I'll show you what you can do. Alright, so what you can do is you can come down here, follow the line. There's a 10mm nut right there. Before we take it off, however, we're going to kind of clean up the area. And then we're going to get our socket in here, pop it off, pull out this sensor, wrap it around, and put it right back in with the same bolt. Tighten that up. Alright, now we can take our ABS line and pop it into place as well. Right there, and right here. And there we go. This is all done. You got a brand new shock installed, and all you have to do is the other side and you're good to go. So I'm gonna go over to the other side. I'll time lapse that side, but if you have any questions about how this is done or anything that you think I could do better, please let me know down in the comments below. I appreciate all the support. I know I'm small, but I'm trying to do the best I can to help those that need some help putting some car parts in. So go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. So let's get to the other side and I'll fast do that. Alright guys, got the other side installed. This car just needs to get the wheels put back on and we're all good to go. Get it on the ground and take it for a drive to see how it feels. So thanks for watching the video guys. If you have any comments, go ahead and leave them down below and please smash that like button.